I'm with Charles Bolden, former NASA administrator. Firstly, congratulations, Charles, on winning the IAF World Space Award.
Oh, thank you very much, Lisa.
How does that feel?
It's kind of humbling and awesome. I was, as I've mentioned to some people, I was shocked to receive the word because, having looked at the two prior recipients, I don't count myself in the same category, but I'm quite honored.
What would you say is NASA's role now under the current US administration?
NASA's role doesn't change under, the good thing about NASA's role is that we're governed by what's called the US Space Act, and it started with the Space Act of 1958 that established the agency. And our job by charter is to be the governmental organization that oversees several different areas. One is space exploration, whether it be human or robotic, aeronautics, which is sometimes forgotten, science, and then two other things which are sort of underlying components is education for all of the U.S. and then to promote international collaboration and cooperation to benefit the economy of the United States and the development of the country itself.
And how do you see that international collaboration really evolving and working at the moment in science and aeronautics?
If you look at where NASA is today, and I've been gone for 9 months now, so I can say where it was when I left. I don't think anything has dramatically changed, but when I left, we had in excess of 800 international partnerships, active agreements with more than 120 nations, and they included everything across the NASA portfolio. So that meant everything from basic STEM education, whether it be a program that's very similar to something, or in fact it's called GLOBE, where we go into multiple nations in the world, work with the U.S. Embassy there and the government, and allow an elementary school kid to go out with a thermometer and take the temperature and go inside and enter it into an international database and become a world science researcher. So that's a very minor program to what I consider to be a very unknown program, but critically important, called SERVIR, where we're partnered with different countries around the world out of 4 sites around the world to provide real-time and archived earth science data to help decision makers and normal people with planning for things like crop development, water resources management, disaster planning and relief. And the 4 sites for SERVIR that we work with the U.S. Agency for International Development are in Kathmandu, Nepal, in Nairobi, Kenya, in Niamey, Niger, and in Bangkok, Thailand. And I feel really good. It's my favorite program because I was actually on board when we opened up 3 of those 4 sites.
And how important do you think a Congress like this is for the global space community?
It gives us a venue where we can bring the world community together to look at the present state of astronautics and science and space exploration and also education, and do what we call introduce a competition of ideas, listen to ideas from multiple countries, from multiple entities, whether they be government, industry, entrepreneurs, or students, and have people make their presentations and hope that those ideas will be heard and we'll make a decision that that sounds like a really good idea. We think a group of us wants to come together and pursue that a little bit farther along, and so I think it's incredible. The other thing that I like about IAC is here, unlike a lot of other fora, not only do we look at the science of things, but we look at engineering, we look at the law. So there is a group that's, I forget their acronym, but it's an international legal consortium that actually has a mock court or moot court and looks at issues of space law, which are critically important and emergingly important as we get more and more nations who are interested in space exploration. You get more and more things that people never thought about before, like resource mining in space and the like, all of which there's no law for today, and so somebody's got to develop it.
What is it that you hope that delegates might take away from this Congress?
I am seriously hopeful that one of the things that they leave this Congress with is knowing that the United States has not changed, that in spite of all they may see on the news or hear or read in the newspaper, that when it comes to space science and exploration, the U.S. is just as strident as we always have been, that it is something that tends to go beyond any single administration or any one individual, that you still have a lot of us who have always been around for years and are just as energetic and passionate as we always were, and that they will look to the U.S. for leadership the way that they always have done.
It's great to hear.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles.
Thanks very much.